Hi, it's Dr. Bob, and this time I'm here at Vasquez Rocks in Southern California. And we're here because not only is this a great place for filming movies, because movies like Star Trek and the Flintstones and others have been recorded here, but it's a great opportunity for us to see what stratification these rocks looks like. These rocks were laid down, and you will see in them specific and discrete layering that occurs in the rocks. Prior to about 1980, it was assumed that this was the result of sequential deposits of sediments over thousands or millions of years. That was the traditional story that was told about how these sediments are laid down. What happened in 1980? Mount St. Helens happened in 1980. With Mount St. Helens, what we saw for the first time was an actual, real-life, practical example of what it looks like when high-flow sediments are laid down in deposits. Because there what we see is sorting and stratification and separation from large and small particles. So you can actually, in a single event that occurs on a single day, and in many cases over a few hours, you can actually see this stratification happening and the sorting of particles, which is exactly what we see here at Vasquez Rocks. So within these rocks, you'll see specific sequential layers of sediments that are laid down during the flood. In addition to that, because we're adjacent to the San Andreas Fault, and that fault fractured in this case after these sediments had lithified or turned to hard rock, you see that they are then uplifted and showing up at these angles. So we get a chance to see a broad range of sediments that were deposited in this flood event that occurred over a broad range of different types of rock, but they don't necessarily represent a broad range of time. It's interesting here as well that we see within these rocks camel fossils, rodents, horses, and other mammals that we see in other deposits in this area. So these deposits then came in the period most likely after the flood, and the subsequent floods that happened as a result of the Ice Age, ice is melting and causing these periodic flood events, which just continue to sweep over Southern California in the period immediately after the flood. So this is a great example for what happens when high flows of water are carrying sediments and allow them to separate. And no, it doesn't indicate millions of years. What it indicates is high flow deposits of sediments. So once again, another example that tells us it's okay to believe, and that what we see here in these rocks all around us is another example that the Bible can be trusted, and that we can see Christ in all things. All things testify of him. Again, this is Dr. Bob here at Vasquez Rock.